Hi guys, Tom here. Today I have an interesting Dragon Ball Z figure review for you, as I believe it's the first one on YouTube of this particular range of figures. Now, the figure I'm reviewing is Son Goku in his blue gi by Unifive as part of their posing figure range. Now I'll talk more about the history of the figure later, but now let's talk about the box. I have to admit I like this box. As you can see, it has an image of Son Goku normally and in his Super Saiyan form. And the way they've designed it gives you a sort of manga feel to it. Now, it has Dragon Ball Z written in English and in Japanese. The yellow writing there, I assume, is telling you which figure it is, and the 6 indicates what number in the line it is. Now here, you have images of other figures in the range, which are mostly Goku. Here you have a warning and information, and on the side once again, you have pictures of the figures. Now inside the box came this little leaflet showing the others in the range. You have Super Saiyan Goku from his final battle with Frieza, Goku in the blue gi which I'm reviewing, Super Saiyan 3 Goku with Halo, Frieza I think that's his second form, tell me if I'm wrong, Imperfect Cell and Kid Buu. It also had a little leaflet telling you all the articulation and how to put the stand and change hands. Now onto the figure itself. Now these figures were released by Unifive in 2003 and 2004, around the time they were releasing the Ultimate Evolution figures. Now these were kind of like the original version of the hybrids, both around the same height, both had very similar articulation. I'll get onto that later, but now let's talk about the sculpt. I love the sculpt on this. Like the head, as you can see, gives a sort of innocent look of Son Goku, and the hair I personally think is done perfectly for a figure of this height. The gi has all the sort of little wrinkles in it, which I like. One thing I don't like is the way the belt is. This bit here should ideally be connected to that. And even if they did do that, it wouldn't have hindered any articulation, so I don't get why they didn't do that. I do like the sculpt on the pants and the colouring. I don't know if you can see that, but it gives a sort of blue shine to it with a sort of darker highlight and a sort of plain back. Now let's go on to the articulation. Now, head articulation, I believe his head's on the ball joint. It can go up and down and rotate 360. His arms go up and down a full 360. They go out about this far, but there's a swivel at the shoulder which enables it to go out further. Now, whereas the hybrids have a hinge here, these have another swivel, which means you can have it like that to like if he's powering up, and the hands also have a swivel. Now on the chest area, similar to the hybrids again, it has a little bit here where you can push the arm forward for if he's going to do a Kamehameha pose, which unlike the hybrids go through a lot further. Legs, they would move all the way up, but the gi here slightly hinders the articulation. There's a swivel above the thigh, hinge at the knee, and the foot's on a swivel but also has a hinge. Now the waist has a swivel, but whereas the normal swivels don't go that far, this one literally goes all the way around and gives a sort of weird look. Now, for height, here's a Super Saiyan 1 Gogeta from the hybrid range. As you can see, the Unifive's about an inch shorter, but would fit into the range if you wanted to display them. Now, the figure came with this stand, which I don't really like, for the main reason it doesn't actually fit Goku. As you can see here, it's not going in the hole, which means you kind of have to bend the leg slightly to get it actually in the back and then move his legs, and it just looks awkward and he's a bit of a waste, and the figure stands perfectly on its own anyway. Now, the figure did come with 2 hands to do a sort of, as you can see him here, to do a kind of Kamehameha. Now, here I'm actually using the hands to do a Kamehameha pose. And this, as you can see, works really well. These hands you could also use for doing a Spirit Bomb. Now, all in all, I love this figure. I mean, it fits in with the hybrids and has a little charm of its own. These figures also go relatively cheap. I got this for about £9 on eBay. If anybody would like the link, let me know and I'll post it. But I also think these figures may be becoming rare, as I can rarely find them on eBay or any other site, and there's not a lot of information about them. So I'd say if you can find one, pick it up and get it. See ya.